Hello and welcome back to episode 33 of the Midnight Suns Analytics Run. This one's going to be a little different than the others. We're doing the Threat Room. We're doing the first episode of the Threat Room. And here we're going to be seeing our way to getting one of our heroes up to level 9, and it's going to be Iron Man. So we're going to see Iron Man face off against all these bad dudes. You're going to see some really impressive card work in this fight. And we're gonna work our way through 3 rounds of enemies, and every time, and most of these bad guys have a special thing attached to them where you either draw a card or you get a quick out of beating them, and I think some of them even have draw 2 cards. The goal is to have the hero on your team. You usually want to choose the lowest level one that you have. So I chose randomly amongst the heroes that have low levels. And I ended up with Iron Man. This has gone extremely well. You'll see some really clever usage of knockback to be able to... The hardest part about these threat missions is not running out of cards. And so the bad guys, a lot of them have a draw card, but if you draw a skill, you're not going to be able to do enough attacks. So you have to do a lot of knocking back and getting double attacks. You have to do a lot of environmental attacks, but you can see there's only so much environmental stuff in the room. It can get really tricky. So that being said, we have some really powerful moves that Iron Man has, and we will get into them. So he's up to 7 KOs already. Here, we're going to use Surgical Strike to knock this guy out and hurt this guy. And the beauty is, again, this is a situation where, having knocked out that one guy, we're going to get the card play refund and a draw card. But now look how low we are on the amount of dudes we have out there. I mean, on the amount of cards. We have no attack cards. So we have to go and use an environmental to knock out a guy, which brings out another attack. That right there was close to, if not the only mistake amongst things I do in this run. You'll see a lot of really successful cards being played throughout the rest of this run, but that one was not as good as the rest. But taking that guy out creates 2 cards, which lets me really focus on getting a lot of blast in and cool stuff like that.
Sure, why not?
Alright, so
We're
getting another level up. That levels up Iron Man already to level 8, I guess, because he was at 6 to start. And Surgical Strike is really valuable. And leaving guys with just a little bit of XP, HP, lets me use the next cards really effectively. So like when I draw 2 cards out of knocking out that last guy, now I can quick blast this guy and get another quick out.
You just got knocked the
So at this point, I had almost run out of things to successfully make happen, and so I decided to use the item that I had so that I can knock this guy back into the wall and get him out of there. That guy had too much HP to use 1 card against. I only had 1 card play left, so had to get him out of there. So now we're done because we ran out of dudes. Better to use the card play for something, so we're going to use the new plan because that will allow us to have as much heroism as possible going into the second round. I don't know that all the rest of the dudes are going to be as set up to be successful as Iron Man is in this game, but we're going to see in a little bit some truly amazing usage of Surgical Strike. Surgical Strike is a card that chains for how many cards I have in Iron Man's deck. Look at that, that's crazy! So if I can play Surgical Strike when I have 4 or 5 Iron Man cards still in my hand, he can blast 4 or 5 dudes with it. It's an incredibly powerful card to use at the beginning of these rounds. And think about it, normally in a normal fight, I'm not going to have 6 Iron Man cards in my hand. Look at this, I have 8 Iron Man cards right now. Most fights, there's going to be other characters there, right? So you're not going to have 8 Iron Man cards. So that right there might have even been a mistake, because using up one of the cards rather than going after the Surgical Strike right off the bat is, probably not all that wise. I think what I'm thinking at this point is, well, geez, there's not a lot of dudes left here. Maybe I'll hold on to those surgical strikes for the next round where I'm probably going to have a lot more dudes. Yeah, saving my energy, just like Iron Man said. So, and here's another moment where I'm going to have to lose a little audio. So, boom, smash that dude right out of there. Give ourselves a little mark this guy. If we mark him, it will allow us to make him vulnerable. That's the most important part, because making him vulnerable allows us to bash him backwards into this. That one strike wasn't enough to knock him out, but we can easily get him out with a quick blast now. Now the thing about this is that quick isn't that useful in this situation, because we have so many card plays. Look at our heroism! 10 heroism! At the end of the round, I would have normally used new plan. But what's the point when I already have 10 heroism? It's the max. These guys are completely toast. Absolutely nothing, no chance these guys have. Basically gonna surgical strike all these guys out. Let's go, let's see this one. Boom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we just kind of take these guys out one at a time. And we keep getting new cards, and we keep getting new card plays out of it. Here's another surgical strike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. An 8 attack surgical strike to finish the match. What an incredible run by Iron Man. Thank you very much. I meant to do that. And so that is the end of the Iron Man threat room. So, I don't know if these are the most exciting things to see, but it is pretty incredible to see a highly tuned deck when it's only one character. We'll see whether some of these ones are going to be doing as well. I suspect some of these characters aren't as good when they're by themselves. But I got a 3-star out of it. Yeah, of course, because I took literally no damage. So let's see if we can see any stats for Iron Man. I don't think it's going to be nearly as interesting as the stats for the other stuff. Yeah, basically Surgical Strike is incredible. I had that one Surgical Strike that had 8 damage. Iron Man's the only Midnight Sun, so I guess he's the MVP. And literally nobody hit us. So that's the best we could do for analytics. Thanks for stopping by for episode 33, and we'll see you next time at episode 34.